Feiyu asked how's the princess doing. The doctor told him that the cut isn't harmful and there won't be harm if she rests for a few days. The princess commanded Qian Han to give something to the doctor while he was confused about the meaning of the gold he received. The princess asked him again to look at her wound and told him that she was poorly dying, but thanks to the divine doctor skills she have been saved, and reminded him that if Her Majesty knows that he saved her, she will definitely reward him greatly. The doctor then understood what the princess wanted her to do while Feiyu asked her what was her plan. Yanan revealed that she wanted Li Hongying to pay for the price. At night, Yanan was thinking about her conversation with Qian Han not to tell Feiyu because she can't trust him. The princess felt sorry because he is such a good person, but she can't love him. Feiyu woke up and asked if she feels better or she needs anything. He is to call the doctor when the princess grabbed his hand telling him not to go, which made him surprised and asked her by calling her name. Yanan held his face and asked the reason for being nice to her. Is it because he loves her? Feiyu can't speak properly while looking at her. The princess whispered asking if he liked the Yanan before, or the Yanan now, while he answered that he liked them both. She told him to tell her the truth or else she will punish him. Feiyu answered in a shy reaction that he liked the Yanan now. The princess smiled telling Feiyu he was so obedient, but in her mind she was apologizing to him. Yanan asked to have supper while he left, telling her that he will bring new desserts over. She was thinking that she can't let her relationship take over in the path she's taking. She might use him or harm him, if only they weren't stuck in the palace. At the second princess mansion, Qian Han was spying while holding a knife he stole from Li Hongying possession. He heard the conversation of Li Hongying and the grand advisor about dragging Yanan down. While the second princess emphasized that Feiyu will come back to her sooner or later after she successfully inherit the throne and have to address the grand advisor as her mother-in-law. The next day, a group of soldiers went to Li Yanan mansion to arrest her for murdering a concubine, but little told them that the third princess is not in the mansion and already went to the Empress. Li Hongying was contemplating a sudden call for her to visit the Empress. She greeted the Empress and asked for the reason of calling her. She was thinking that she is the crown princess, asking what she can do to her. Suddenly, her face met a huge fist, causing her to fly while the assailant offered forgiveness for taking offense. Hongying asked the Empress for the reason of punching her. The Empress told her that her sister is almost dead and she still dared to talk to her and commanded to continue punching her. The Empress bodyguard punched Li Hongying harder while the third princess pleaded their mother not be harsh to her second sister, telling that she's severely ill and afraid she wouldn't live long and glad to have seen their mother for the last time. Li Hongying shouted upon hearing Li Yan and telling that she's the one who committed homicide. How dare she report first? Yanan tossed a knife asking the crown princess if she recognized it, while Li Hongying took it and asked how did she have her knife. She pleaded the Empress not to listen to Yanan because even if she ordered someone to assassinate her, she wouldn't be that dumb to use her own weapon. Yanan asked how did she know what weapon was used since she shouldn't have seen the weapon yet. Li Hongying then realized that she was tricked by the third princess. The Empress ordered the guards to lock the crown princess and won't be able to attend any court meetings. Li Hongying resisted, telling that she was tricked and told Yanan that she will receive retribution. The third princess felt headache remembering Li Yan and memories where she got framed, received a beating in Ministry of Punishment, and received many titles and scoldings from rumors. The Empress Li Mulan was impressed with her bravery, asking how dare she act to play in front of her and told her to stand and stop pretending anymore. The princess asked if she's still mad at her while the Empress turned her around and looked at her birthmark, telling that she's actually Yanan. The princess find it strange that the Empress stated she was ill, but she's just restless and not in a state where she can't govern. The Empress asked the reason for her not having a child yet and her relationship with Feiyu. She answered that he is nice and respectful and quite considerate. The Empress told her to find a good husband since her second consort position is still empty, and introduced Ruo Yun, who is the second son of Imperial Doctor and also from their Li family. She added that Consort Feiyu is many years older than her while Ru Yun is around her age, so it might be easier for them to socialize. If she's satisfied, the Empress will make a decree and arrange for the wedding. Yanan thanked her mother but gave an excuse that she has already an idea of a candidate and regrets she can't marry Ru Yun. The Empress understand her since she can decide on her own man now that she's older and she have to arrange the marriage in half a year. The Empress added to visit her father in the back court because she haven't visited his grave for 10 years. She looks so much like him. Seeing her is like seeing him. While walking, Yanan asked Lan Zi how her father died and why is everyone so secretive about it, but the maid answered that she has no idea about the concubines in the harem. Yanan realized that the maid had a tight mouth and will find out herself while thinking of how can she find a second consort to fulfill the mission the Empress has given. She was observing how large the Empress palace is and find the harem extraordinary that it was filled with 3,000 men. Then suddenly she heard someone speaking. The third princess peeked inside a room and saw two men doing something and find it outrageous because they are the concubines of the Empress. A child called her auntie that caused the two men to get interrupted and asked who are they. She grabbed the child and run faster away from them. The child asked her if she was there to visit him and if she bring any of Consort Feiyu's begonia cake for him. A woman called him asking where did he run to this time while the child revealed that his auntie was eavesdropping and found two concubines hugging. She called Yanan and asked the reason for her being there. Yanan realized that it was her eldest sister, Princess Li Sunyuan. The eldest princess welcomed her to come to her courtyard. She also offered green tea to her while Yanan thanked her and find her a kind beauty. The eldest princess explained that their mother has secluded herself again and hasn't visited the palace for a long time. The men in the harem use this method to cure their boredom. What she saw isn't unusual. Some of them haven't been loved by the Empress and others have joined the harem as young as her and been alone their whole life. Li Sunyuan asked for her to not say anything of what happened as it is a bit of comfort given to them. Yanan agreed to her while thinking that even she's from modern society. She felt very surprised. Li Sunyuan told her son to accompany Yanan to Royal Cemetery. She noticed that her sister didn't even take a sip of the tea, calling her dumb little sister has grown up. Yanan saw the grave of her father and concluded that the Empress had no affection for him, since he was buried so simply in the back palace and everyone said he was loved dearly. Yet why doesn't anyone say anything about his death? She touched the grave telling Daijun that she was visiting as a substitution of the Empress and the real Yanan, while the child stated that he will take care of his auntie. Yanan asked how is he going to take care of her, while the little guy told her that he will marry her. She was shocked and asked his age. He answered that he was 10 years old and can marry her after 5 years, and he will become the second consort. She disagreed strongly while thinking that this country allows incestual marriages. Suddenly an old man called her father's name, telling her how does she have courage to see the Empress. She inquired about the old man while the child called him grandpa. The old man continued telling her that it's because of her disgraceful seduction that caused the Empress to not like him. He is about to grab her while insulting and shouting improper words to her when someone stoned his hand that caused him to hurt and stop. Qian Han asked how dare he harm royal princess in broad daylight, while Yanan told him not to be reckless because he seems to be a concubine of the Empress. Li Sunyuan called him father while the child pleaded his auntie not to blame his grandpa because he's always been crazy. Li Sunyuan helped her father telling him that Gu Daijun passed away many years ago, while he laughed that he deserved to die, but the Empress still isn't willing to see him. The Empress must think he aged and can't satisfy her while begging to give him a chance. While walking, the princess told Qian Han that she didn't thought that men within the harem are so depressed. Qian Han told her that if she become the Empress, she will have a harem like this and the men in harem won't be different than this. He added that in this world, men are only women's slave, they make men their tools for offsprings, and he will never become like them. Yan asked if this is the reason he doesn't want to marry her. He blushed, explaining that is not that he don't want to marry her, but he doesn't want to live like others. She promised Kian Han that when she became the Empress, she will create a country where everyone has equal rights, and when that time comes, she wished for him to stand by her side. Kian Han wondered how it will be when she become an Empress. Yan hold his face, telling him that when he become a grandpa, she will not release him. If he wants to reject, then he can refuse now. He thought that it sounds like a proposal every time and kneel on the floor, telling her to remember her promise. Kian accept her proposal and willing to follow his master, and he will not betray her. The crown princess was furious that she lost to a good-for-nothing. She knew that Yan's pure appearance was fake and had planned to steal her throne and Feiyu. Suddenly, the door opened and her mood changed, telling him that she knew he would come. Feiyu reminded her about their agreement that if he do as she say, she would leave her be, and asked why did she do that to her. Hong Ying asked how dare he talk to her like this because of that woman, and grabbed him, telling how dare he speak to the crown princess like this. She questioned if he fell in love with that woman, while Feiyu bowed and told her that he doesn't dare to. She grabbed his wrist, looking at his virginity sign. She was glad that her sister isn't interested in him, while telling him he already knew what she wants. If he is obedient, she will promise that when she become the Empress, she will let Yan live and his family will have endless prosperity. Feiyu was in chaos between his family and his wife. He's destined to be an untrustworthy man. It's him who broke both of their hearts. Ruo Yang greeted him while introducing his identity. He's wondering what kind of man made the princess pitiful, and was disappointed to know that it was a man with a regular aura and plain attire. Feiyu is about to leave him since he has nothing to say, but Ruo Yan told him that the Empress choose him as the third princess second consort. Feiyu was shocked to hear the news and become pale. Ruo Yan revealed that the princess refused him while she complimented how satisfied she was with him. Feiyu was glad that Yan chose him. Ruo Yan warned him that he is younger and prettier than him and will become the second consort sooner or later. As long as Li family exists, his Xia Hu family will not be able to be so arrogant. He added that the princess still hasn't given birth to a child, and asked if it is because he is infertile. Feiyu became angry and told him that he is dreaming. Feiyu warned him that he will wait for him to be in the princess mansion. Yan arrived at her palace when she saw her concubines waiting for her, telling her that they missed her so much. Each one of them were fighting to pick them to serve her for the night. One of the concubines tell them not to fight but instead be friendly, and suggested they can all serve the princess tonight. She was petrified and asked herself if they can do that, while being dragged by her concubines. Feiyu scolded them because the princess' injury hasn't recovered yet. Yan thanked him for coming at the right time to save her kidney. Feiyu asked what did she say to the Empress because he heard she went to the back palace. She answered that they don't talk much and become lost in back palace. Yan asked what he did today, but Feiyu also answered that he did the same as always. The two become silent afterwards and the atmosphere become awkward. The next day, she commanded Kian Han to check the powder. It's the medicine Her Majesty uses. She bought it because she believed that it's related to the Empress illness and want Kian Han to check it with the doctor, and reminded not to let anyone notice him. Yan called him, telling him not to let anyone inside the mansion what she's doing because in that palace, she can only trust him. Kian Han asked if she thought that there's someone else spies other than the crown princess and the Empress. She answered that according to her observations, Feiyu is pure-hearted and won't cause harm, but people who are too kind tend to be easily used. It's for his own good that they keep some things from him. Yan was thinking that the Empress clearly stated that she didn't want her to have thoughts about gaining the throne, but it's alright since her power isn't stable enough and couldn't expose herself at that time. Starting now, it's time for her to get ready for the upcoming battle. The third princess opened a workshop as her first business. She announced that her workshop only exclusive products from high-end manufacturers. Little White was surprised that in such a short period of time, the business is booming. Kian Han asked what is that product for. She explained that it's made specially for women during their special days each month. Many women bought it for a wow box. She also introduced men's underwear that will ignite their wife's enthusiasm. Many men bought it and find it pretty. She laughed so hard after receiving much money from her business while there's someone who is looking at them from the door. He heard that the third princess opened a new shop, so he come to check it out. From the first time he saw her, he knew she was different and special, someone he can give his life to. Her appearance while working is so handsome and gorgeous that he might actually faint. Yan and told the customer that they were going to close soon, but he insisted and walked towards her showing his bright appearance and gave a piece of paper telling her that he will wait for her at Yansheng Pavilion. She was confused what the letter is for. She opened it and found a kiss mark making her more confused. Yan and told Kian Han that gorgeous sister seems to like him, but he revealed that he was a man. Suddenly Little White alerted her that Scholar Who will come. Scholar Who has never liked her and she is standing at the front door giving off a murderous aura. Scholar Who was tutor to all the royal princesses and was an extraordinary person who mastered martial arts and literature. The third princess hated studying from a young age and got treated as a useless child by the scholar. This made Yan excited to meet her and make a connection with the scholar. She greeted her and asked the reason for visiting her workshop. The scholar scolded her for not willing to learn, yet now opening a store joining hands with peasants and asking if she is turning into a clown of the kingdom. She answered that she doesn't have the skills of her two big sisters, so she can only use business to serve the country and offer her an 80% discount after buying two products. The scholar became furious telling her that she may be born with obsessive compulsiveness disorder, and may the princess not take offense. She stopped when she saw many beautiful men that will accompany her while she shop. She immediately changed into liking it as she loves handsome men. She grabbed them telling the princess has learned, while Yan told her to enjoy herself. She was glad to discover the scholar's passion. Scholar Who take Yan to courtier's mansion and showed her beautiful mansion. She also introduced her 18 concubines. The scholar told her to join her to Yansheng Pavilion and admire the dancer named Butterfly. She wondered how did this person became a scholar and remembered that there was a man that invited her to Yansheng Pavilion. Yan declined as she already have Feu, but the scholar insisted to see real beauty, explaining that the courtesan Butterfly outshine the whole country. He is stubborn and only takes customer that match his taste, and sometimes it also depends on his mood. Last 2 months ago, the scholar offered $1 million of gold to buy him, but she was rejected. Their conversation was cut off when Kian Han told them that Fair has called the princess. The scholar was amazed by Kian Han's uniqueness, telling that the princess has a keen eyes. She slapped his buttocks that surprises Kian Han while the princess grabbed the woman's hand telling her that Kian Han is her man. How dare she touch him? She hoped that the scholar will become the role model for the people, and told her that she is the only one that can touch Kian Han's buttocks. He became angry and told her to stop while Scholar Who realized that she have all grown after the blink of an eye and has already married and opened her own store. Now she can't teach her anything anymore. Kian Han whispered that the medicine from last time has been checked and she found out that the medicine has problems. It can extend lifetime, but doesn't have any effect for treatment, causing the Empress symptoms not to have any improvement. She inquired his opinion who would want the Empress to sick and not die. He answered that it can't be the crown princess nor the advisor Xiaohu, because if the Empress falls, they can take her position. Yan agreed to him and concluded that there are only 2 more options. The first one is her eldest sister. Her appearance may be pure, but she can plot of inheriting the throne and afraid the crown princess will inherit the throne once the Empress falls. And the other one is the Empress itself. She is pretending to be ill because of some reason and she believes it has to be related to the Xiaohu family. But it doesn't matter to her because she still have her business to attend and have to choose a side consort for herself. She needs to choose a person that she use and trust. Yan asked Kian Han, but his answer is the same and rejected her. Yan was introduced to the minister's son, who is 19 years old, the commander's eldest son, which is 18, and the only son from Shao Mansion, which is 20. She agreed that they look alright, while Kian Han asked the reason for hiding. Yan answered a lot of people are plotting bad things to her and she don't want to marry those me. She wanted to choose her own side consort. Her side consort must be the prettiest and must be talented, and above all, he must not be related to the palace so she can use him. She also wanted someone who can help her gain money. The third princess received another picture of men, but she was concerned that they were all too young, plus their family background are more complicated. Little White told her that the Empress just sent her someone to remind her of the marriage. Suddenly, she remembered him and approached Zhao Bao and asked him his age. Zhao Bao answered that he will be 15 in another 2 months. She told him that after 4 or 5 years he can marry. She picked him while insisted. Zhao Bao reported the princess to Qian Han of harassing him, while Qian Han lifted her up to stop her and told that Ruo Yun is inviting her to a trip. He explained that it would benefit her from their family, rank and power, but she didn't like him since he is problematic and have some purpose for entering her mansion. Yan scolded him for making it hard to choose because none of them can compare to him. Qian Han was flattered, telling her not to say such embarrassing things. Fei saw and heard their conversation, ordering Zhao Bao to tell Qian Han to meet him. Qian Han greeted Fei, asking the reason for calling him, while the consort asked how dare he seduce the princess and what punishment he should receive. Fei asked if he still have any respect for him as a consort. Qian Han was shocked and inquired what is he asking for. The consort claimed that it was only a joke and never knew that he would also have a look of horror. Qian Han was dumbfounded after hearing it. Fei told him that he called him to ask the Empress to grant him the position of side consort, asking him to become brothers that will serve the princess together. Qian Han bowed, explaining that he has mistaken. He is only the princess guard and have no other thoughts. He also revealed that he hasn't done anything with the princess and he still remained purely. Fei was surprised and asked if he's being truthful. Qian Han pulled his sleeve and showed his mark. The consort then understand that he have mistaken the both of them. He admired him because the princess probably needs someone like him, and as for him, he must wait in the mansion for her to come back. Qian Han explained that the consort has married the princess for many years, and that should be more admirable, but Fei told him that if only he knew his hardship, then he won't be able to say that. Qian Han revealed that he heard the conversation of the crown princess and the advisor, but he swears that he didn't said this to the princess. Fei asked what his goal and if he's not afraid that he will kill him. But Qian Han cleared that he didn't ruin the consort and the princess relationship on purpose. He also revealed that the princess doesn't tell some things to him for the reason that she's afraid he will be used. He added that the consort can believe the princess and can protect him, but Fei didn't believe him, asking why he can't understand the princess as much as a slave that has been bought for a few months. Fei told him he has solutions for his problems while letting Yan to find her lover, remembering that the reason she can't found a side consort is because of him. Yan arrived from her business and was surprised to welcome by her nephew. She looked at the prepared food and books, telling Fei that he worked hard. She remembered someone like this when she's tired after work, preparing meals and letting her understand there's simple happiness than work, but he betrayed her in the end because she didn't give him the respect of a man. A thought came to her mind, asking if she can trust Fei. Yan told her nephew to get home while giving him begonia cakes to eat back home. The child understands and told them that his auntie is going to do real business with the consort. Yan closed the door while calming herself, asking what's wrong with her and why did she feel so nervous. She told Fei that she have something for him and wear it to Fei, but her consort finds it expensive that she shouldn't spend such money on him. She shouldn't waste money to someone who's not beautiful and suggest giving it to his brothers, causing the princess to get angry at him. The princess told him that she won't allow him to take it off until she rip off the sleeve of the clothes, causing them both to stumble and fall down. They paused while looking with each other. The consort asked the reason for her to be nice to him and if it's because of the Xia family, because she wants support from his family. Yan became furious and grabbed his head and finally kissed him while stating that there's no reason for why she love anyone. Fei told her not, but she reminded him that he's her man. The consort told her that he's not worth it. The princess insists that if she say he's worth it, then he is. Yan continued to kiss him while Fei surrendered and accepted her. The princess dreamed of a promise, a man who told her to wait for him. She asked herself who is that man and thought that it may be the memory of the original owner, which caused her heart to beat so fast. Yan asked why did Fei wake so early. He answered that a part of the clothes ripped, so he cleaned and mended it. Looking at his flustered face, she thought that he can't even handle a kiss and finds him cute. Yan talked about the second consort while Fei inquired if she already finds someone suitable. She confirmed but revealed that the other person has a unique identity while Fei believed that she must have a reason for her choice. He assured her that no matter who the consort is, he will take care of everything. This made her heart melt, asking how can there be such a good man in this world. The third princess went to the Yangsheng pavilion, while a man asked what kind of man she's trying to find. The owner knew that it was their first time to come and called two beautiful men to serve them. Both Yan and Qian Han were uncomfortable with the two men. Bao noticed that they seemed unsatisfied with the two, and offered himself to the princess to serve her. The two men were shocked to know that the short one is the third princess. She realized that this man is not simple because he found out her identity. Since he already found her identity, she ordered Qian Han to bring the thing. Yan offered 3 million golds to buy their butterfly courtesan's freedom papers, but the man told her that butterfly is currently serving someone, but he should be finished soon. They saw a woman flying out the door while a beautiful man called the old man, telling he is going crazy to dare give him someone of this caliber in exchange for a bit of money. He shouted that he doesn't care what type of customer she is because he's not gonna see anyone unless he says so, but Bao reminded him of his image as another customer is waiting for him. He looked at the princess side and became shy knowing that she finally came and told Bao to give him time to prepare. While waiting, she observed the surrounding and find some people talking about the imperial family's affairs, and she also find many influential people and lots of good pieces of information. They come inside the room and find Butterfly dancing while showing his beauty. She was amazed that no wonders he's famous. Butterfly announced that the princess may buy his freedom papers. She didn't expect that it's this easy because she heard he was stubborn. The man revealed that he liked the princess first time he saw her. Yan was flustered. Such a pretty man confessed to her. He stated that there can be nothing in this world that is prettier than her and no woman is more handsome than she is. He touches Qian Han's abs, his sturdy back, and finally moved downwards, causing him to scream in shock, asking why does the princess have an elephant. Qian Han told him that he is a man and ordered him not to touch him. Butterfly asked where's the princess. Qian Han told him that the princess is preparing to hang while Butterfly was shocked that the shorty is the princess. Bao confirmed that she is the princess who is there to buy his papers. His dream of marrying a strong woman was crushed in an instant. He finally realized that he really get the wrong person. He faked his smile and introduced himself again to the princess while claiming he doesn't wish to marry a shorty. Bao reminded him about his promise and told him not to be stubborn, while Yan stated that she doesn't plan to leave with nothing. She cleared that she's not there to discuss a relationship, she wants to talk about business, while Bao asked what does the third princess want. Yan pointed Butterfly, telling them she want to marry him and want the Yansheng pavilion to be hers. She introduced the contract in detail, explaining that they will have a win-win situation, but Butterfly resists, asking what can an unloved princess can give to him. Yan and answered that she will give him everything she can. Butterfly told her that he wanted prosperity, a noble status, adornment, and an endless love from his wife. He asked if the princess can give him those. She answered that she know exactly what he wants. She have money, she can give him a noble status, and whispered that she will be the Empress. Butterfly stated if that day really comes true, then he must be the kingdom's emperor and the master of the harem, but Yan told him that it's not possible. She explained that she already have a first consort who already managing the harem, but offered him to be her second consort and promised to wait her on the Su mansion where she will come and marry him. His heart started beating so fast, asking what's happening to him for that shorty to be giving off a bright glow. Bao revealed that Butterfly doesn't have a name. He only remembered that people called him Zhao and asked the princess to give him a name. Yan bestowed him as Su Zi Zhao as his full name, while he thanked her and asked to have a wedding even if he's only a second consort. Feiyu heard the servants talking about Yan and marrying the famous courtesan of Yansheng Pavilion. He was surprised because he thought she would find young Master Bai. He felt happy thinking that as long as it's not him that she will marry, although he knew she would find a second consort sooner or later. The day has finally come. Ruo Young came running to his brother telling him to have their mother write a letter begging the third princess to marry him. Ruo Feng, his older brother and the eldest princess main consort, asked his brother that there's still a position left as a side consort and asked if he perhaps liked the third princess. He answered that how can he like that short princess? He was just angry because she refused him over a lowly courtesan. Ruo Yun explained that he must marry the princess and show their mother that he's useful, but Ruo Feng told him that marriage isn't simple and he will never be able to leave the palace after he join. He added that he will never understand how dangerous and harmful the current situation is for the Li family. Ru Yun grabbed his clothes asking to do something for him until he witnessed bruises on his brother's arm and asked where did he get those scars, but Ruo Feng casually hid it telling him that he accidentally fell. He explained that after a man marries, their loyalty is with their wife and suggested that he can become the main consort if he marries someone with a lower rank. If he become a side consort, he have to endure much pain and tears. He hope he can be free in his entire life and live with love. He will understand once he marry and hope that the third princess is nice. Suddenly Li Sun Nuan arrived asking the reason for Ruo Yun visit. Ru Feng became nervous and bowed his head while his wife asked what were they talking about. He stated trembling and cannot answer properly. Ruo Yun answered on his behalf explaining that they were talking about the third princess marriage with a courtesan. The third princess started giving donations to the poor. The peasants thanked her for the generosity she gave them. She explained to Qian Han that the reason she's making donations is to help the peasants and change their minds. Changing their minds will make her reputation better. They can't miss one of the three hearts, which is peasant heart. The others are the courtier's heart and the heart of soldiers. Today's situation should be passed to the Empress. About the heart of courtiers, she can change their views with her efforts, but the heart of soldiers, she still haven't thought of a good idea. Qian Han notified the princess that he caught someone explaining that he follows every time they leave the harem. He's watching him for 2 months already and finally fallen into his trap. This person just came from the crown princess. Yan wasn't surprised because she knew it was him that is one of the spy. Xiao Bao asked if the consort will be serving her tonight. She answered to call concubine Liu to come serve her. In the princess bedroom, Yan was asking concubine Liu for arriving late, but the man was nervous asking the reason for the sudden summon to serve her tonight. She grabbed him while telling him she's already tired of the first consort serving her every night. Yan asked if he's not willing. The concubine answered that he's willing, but he doesn't feel well and can't serve her. The princess sarcastically asked if he's unwell and reveal his body causing him to be surprised. Yan throws him after discovering his body with signs of intercourse doing such things while she leave the palace while claiming his body is unwell. She asked if the crown princess is so ferocious that his thing doesn't work anymore. The man begged for forgiveness and promised not to do it again. Yanan asked if he thinks she doesn't know how long he's been having an affair with the crown princess. She raised her hand and slapped him, causing the man to cry. She threatened him that she will just kill him while the man keep begging to spare him and will do any for her. Yanan interrogated the reason for him staying with her harem. He revealed that he was reporting the third princess' relationship with the first consort. The princess wondered why Li Hongying wants reports of her relationship with Feiyu. Suddenly, the first consort arrived asking what was happening while Yanan told Qian Han to let him in. Concubine Liu immediately asked to save him while Feiyu was asking for reason of her anger. She explained that concubine Liu had an affair with the crown princess. Yanan added that since he betrayed her, she will kill him, making Feiyu speechless, while she told him that if he have the guts to betray her, he should already know what will happen since she's not the Li Yanan from before. The consort begs for the princess not to kill the concubine as it will bring misfortune and her wedding is coming soon. He bowed to and begged to settle this another day. She unsheathed her sword, stating that she won't kill him because of the first consort's request, but he won't escape punishment. The princess ordered Qian Han to bring all the concubines to the main palace, stating that tonight she will clean up her harem. The third princess explained that she brought them all there because someone has not followed the rules and has done something disgraceful. She took and tossed the divorce letter in front of them all, making the men petrified, asking why does she want to divorce them. Some of her concubines told her that they have been pure-hearted and true and has not betrayed her, while she ordered to bring the concubine. The men was surprised to see concubine Liu. She explained that this concubine has had physical intimacy with others and become a disgrace to her palace. According to the rules, he will be punished with 80 lashes and served a divorce contract and will be removed from the palace. The man was flogged in front of the concubines while he cried, asking them to stop. This scene made the other concubines to become frightened, asking why has the princess become this hateful. Yanan asked if they see what happens when they betray her, even if it's taking property that isn't theirs, sending secret reports, or having an affair with others. She threatened them that she will have mercy on all of them, pointing to the divorce letters, telling them that as long as they agree to the contract, she will not investigate what they have done. Their families will not be informed of their disgrace, however. If they stay and she discover of their betrayal, tomorrow their families will receive tremendously unpleasant news. One man took the divorce contract and immediately run away. Yanan asked who else. Then another man took the contract, explaining that he hasn't made a contact with anyone except to collect some money. The princess asked who else. That made them all silent. She repeated with intimidating stare, asking who else. Feiyu became nervous and started trembling and about to reach the contract while his hand is shaking, then eventually withdraw his hand. Yanan was surprised, telling herself that it was really unexpected, and ended her questioning. She looked at Feiyu, which is silent, and thought that he really didn't want to say anything to her. Yanan that she will pick concubine Wu to serve her, making Feiyu and Qian Han shocked by her decision, while the concubine was happy to serve his wife with all his heart. At the princess chamber, concubine Wu arrived, telling his wife that he was cleaned up and came to serve her, only to find out that she is sleeping already. A man in a carriage was asked to have a break before they go, but he insisted not to rest and just keep going. The coachman stated that Master Bai must have missed the capital after being away for several years. The white-haired man agreed that he's been away for too long, stating that he doesn't know if his old friend is still there waiting for him. They arrived at the capital while Bai Yu was wondering why it is so loud that day and where are all those people going. The coachman answered that it's the third princess wedding with her second consort. Bai Yu was shocked that the third princess will have her second consort.